Well, good evening, everybody. And yes, my tongue is very white because I am eating whole yogurt. And if you don't like that, you can go watch Jeremy or another scammer and learn how to be a freaking clown. But anyway, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Long Dong Personal Truck Stop. We got another grifter live stream tonight where you either super chat me $10 or you Venmo me $9, see the pinned comment, and I talk about whatever you want. It doesn't have to be stocks. It can be anything as long as it's YouTube appropriate, okay? So I'm going to sit here and hang out, eat my yogurt. You want to see it? Look at this. Oh, and yes, the bowl's pink. Shut up. I'm going to eat this. Oh, it's such a great nighttime snack. Love it. And we're going to hang out and you're going to give me lots of money and I'm going to be very rich because I'm desperate for money, okay? I literally am quitting my job tomorrow. The last day of my job is tomorrow. And then I have no plan to make money. All right, Poop Stick, you're going in timeout, okay? Stop spamming the chat. Anyway, yes. Sorry, he distracted me. Yes, I am unemployed as of 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. And then I get my kids this weekend. And then I go do Army stuff for a week. Make a decent amount of money. And then I come back and the world is my oyster. Then it's tax season. And then it's YouTube. That's it. That's all I got. I'm a loser. Whoa, we already got a super chat. Whoa, guys. Whoa. All right, Stingray 1381. I love it when you and Echoes would clown Meet Kevin at the same time, and your recent jet videos were great. I'm trying to think. I mean, I remember talking about his jet when he sold it. That was pretty recent. That was maybe a couple months ago. Time flies, you know. But yeah, like I felt really good because I made videos explaining why him buying a jet was utterly not intelligent for a variety of different reasons. A big one is if he fully depreciated it in the year that he purchased it, his basis in the jet for tax purposes is zero. So if he sells it, all of that gain up to the amount of depreciation, accumulated depreciation, is taxed as ordinary income. And guess what he did? He sold his jet. It's for a good reason. Wow. Really? You shouldn't have bought it in the first place, you freaking clown. Anyway, could you ever see a situation where Kevin actually runs into financial difficulty? Nope, not at all. And the reason is because once you reach a certain level of YouTube fame, people just throw money at you. Okay? I mean, like, I'm a smaller channel and I've done pretty well on YouTube, not just from ad revenue, which is not that great, being perfectly honest, but from all the ancillary things that I provide, like tax preparation, book a free consultation, pin comment below, sponsored videos, books, consulting, mostly for tax. You can make, once you have like a dedicated fan base, money just floods into you, okay? Kevin has over 2 million subscribers. He can't fail. He could liquidate his entire portfolio and be a millionaire again in like less than a year. Kevin cannot fail, okay? Even if he went bankrupt, Meet Kevin will come right back because he has such a massive audience. Okay, he's undefeatable. The only way where Kevin would actually be like totally screwed is if he did something fraudulent and had to go to jail. Okay, that's the only way we would ever defeat Meat Smoker. The only way. Any other way is impossible because he just makes so much money. You can't stop him. I learned this lesson the hard way. I thought I was so young and naive. I thought I would make a difference and change the world. And then I exposed Meet Kevin. Wow. Wow. And nothing happened. Okay. And I've made that man flustered. Like for a small channel like mine, I've definitely got in that man's head multiple times. The most recent thing with House Hack, that kind of pushed him over the edge. He was kind of like, cool about me making fun of him and stuff. It's okay, strong man. House Hack, he was not happy with Big Daddy. He was not happy with Big Daddy. Oh no. Oh no. Woo! But deep down, he still loves Daddy. Okay, he still has a lot of love for me. And I am not surprised that he does. I mean, look at me. How could you not love me? I should have 1 trillion subscribers. I don't understand. I'm so confused. But yeah, the most recently with the House Hack, and those videos did pretty good. I tore him apart. Oh, it was glorious. Glorious. And all I did was just read through his financial filings. You're lying. You're lying. Yeah, I was lying, bro. I just lied about everything, bro. Everything I said was a lie, bro. I had him on the run, dude. He was like, I found out about he got rid of Stock Hack. But he on his LinkedIn profile, he still had that he was a financial advisor. I mean, I think he just forgot to update it personally. But I called that out, and then like within 30 minutes, he had changed it. He changed it so fast. And then I found out he sold one of his properties to House Hack. What else was he doing? He was renting. He was using one of his personal properties for rent. What else was he doing? He had what else did he freaking do? There was a couple of things he did. Oh, the forgiveness. The forgiveness of the debt. That was the biggest deal to me. Okay. I mean, selling his house to House Hack was a big deal. I mean, renting his own place, whatever. Okay. Whatever. So basically what happened was he was awarded founder stock, and he basically pledged over time to pay for the stock. So he was granted founder stock, and he owed House Hack money. So he should have eventually paid off that note that he owed to House Hack. And then he made some payments to it. I think he paid like $270,000. And then the board decided to forgive his debt. And it was like $800,000. But, he twisted. It's like, oh, well, actually, they didn't pay me $800,000. Well, they kind of did, because you would have had to pay that had they not forgiven the note. And of course, it was forgiven by the board. Oh, and who happened to be on the board? Me, Kevin. I was like, oh my God, dude. What a freaking clown. But no, he'll never be. Even if he goes bankrupt, he'll come right back. I wish I had that luxury. Just go bankrupt, bro, and then you make $5 million off your courses, and you're right back to where you started. Woo! All right. Thank you for that super chat. You're very kind gentlemen. All right. Oh, another gifted membership. I think we got who's the lucky member? I saw him in the comments. Where's he at? Somebody got a membership. There he is. Big time, Big A. Wow, you should be honored. You are a member of Strongman's channel. You should give the Massively Major, give him a big smooch, a digital smooch, okay? That was a very generous of him to give you a membership. And you know what, man? Massively Major, shoot me an email. So I'm going to have some time next week. So I'm going on travel. But after I'm done with work for the day, I got time to make videos. So if you want me to cover a topic, free sponsor video only for Massively Major, I will do a free sponsor video for you. You got my email. Just email me. But yes, thank you once again for that. Oh, look at this. Dropping bombs. Bombs. Okay, I guess you got a package deal here. Wow, $27.99. How much is that in USD? Okay, he wants 3 stocks covered. He wants me to cover 3 stocks. Are you grifting me, bro? To Canadian to USD. All right, he gave me $20 for 3 stocks. Okay. I will spend a decent amount of time on 2 of them, and one of them I will go through very fast. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's go check it out. So the first one is Hims. That's where you want to get your pee-pee pills. You know what I'm saying? Your pee-pee's not working. You go to Hims and you get your pee-pee pills, and it's all good. Hims. Let's go check out Hims. Make sure we're sharing because I'm paranoid about that. All right.
Strength analysis. Strength analysis. My strengths, bro.
Hims and hers. Holy smoke, this stock has gone ballistic. So I remember looking at this stock way back in the day, and it was during the clown market. Revenue was really low. They weren't profitable. But to be honest, they've massively turned this around. So this company is basically like an online men's health company. So if we want to look at the details, they operate a telehealth platform that connects consumers to healthcare professionals. They offer a range of curated prescriptions. So basically, like, you know, if you want to rock your woman in bed, you can buy a variety of pills. You can get tested. You can clap cheeks better. You can lose weight. How do we lose weight here? Okay, we got Dr. Zhang here. I want to lose 1 pound. Well, I'm not going through this survey, but basically it's like it says Hims and hers, but it's mostly a men's health kind of website. You know, maybe I'll get some pee-pee pills. I don't know. So I can rock people's worlds. Anyway, so the stock has done well. It's up 112% in the past 5 years. Forward PE of 57. That implies a lot of growth, doesn't it? Let's look at revenue. Very impressive revenue growth. It's kind of like, what happened here? They had a drop of revenue recently, but they've kind of reaccelerated it again. Very impressive revenue growth. Margins have been pretty solid, you know, kind of gone down a little bit since 2023, but gross margins in 73%. That's solid. Very low operating margin. They're spending a lot on operations and pretty low profit margin. Let's see. Shares. So they are issuing a bunch of shares. Okay. It's pretty decent amount of share issuance. I'll give them that. So revenue growth is very solid. Profit margin, not much impressive growth there. Okay. I guess they're just massively accelerating their selling, general, and admin expenses, probably marketing, maybe. R&D expenses are going through the freaking roof. That could pay off later. So they're not very profitable now, but if they slow down on that, they definitely could be. All right, balance sheet, $629 million of cash, $845 million of current assets, $450 million of short-term debts. Why did that spike? Other current liabilities. We need to look into that a little bit more. We'll read the recent news about Hims. All right. Lots of unearned revenue. That's cash they've received in advance, so that's future revenue. That's good. Long-term debt, $971 million. Did they acquire somebody? Looks like they acquired somebody. All right, let's look at their cash flow. All right, very solid growth in operating cash flow. So what are the non-cash expenses? Depreciation, small. Stock-based compensation, pretty significant. Asset write-downs. I don't know what that is. So they generate a lot more cash than what their net income says. And that's because they have a lot of non-cash expenses, stock-based compensation, depreciation, et cetera, et cetera. Acquisition. I need to see what they've been acquiring recently. Buying back. They've really accelerated buying back stock, too. Let's see. Who did Hims acquire in the last few years? They acquired Zava, a U.S. peptide facility. What are peptides? I keep hearing about these. First of all, I don't get involved in these stupid, like, health things. Okay? You know what my health is? I try to not eat a bunch of sugar, and I work out. And I try to have, like, whole grains, and I should probably cut out booze. That's a big... But, you know, I don't need these dietary supplements. Do I really need this? The only thing I would buy for them would be, like, pee-pee pills. If there was this, like, goddess and I had to rock her world for 45 minutes, that's the only thing I'd be able to use it for. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to buy from them. Like, what do I need? I don't need peptides. Blood sampling, okay. At-home testing. What are we testing for here? Testing for the disease, the illness. Okay. Okay, so blood samples. They're expanding their portfolio. All right, let's see what else is going on. Has Hims had any negative news in the last year? All right. They faced regulatory scrutiny, largely centered on its compounded GLP-1 weight loss offerings. If you're a man, you don't need this. Go to the gym. Stop being fat. In September 2025, recently, the FDA issued a warning letter to him, citing false and misleading claims regarding compounded semaglutide. The FDA also took issue with claims that his products contain the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy, noting that compounded drugs are not FDA reviewed or approved. Super Bowl ad. It drew criticism for omitting necessary side effect disclosures. An ongoing FTC investigation investigating the company's subscription cancellation practices. You know, they should investigate every company. You know, they should really investigate Amazon. Okay. So somehow they got me signed up for Audible. I had to click through like 4 screens to cancel my Audible. It was like, hurt my head. I'm like trying to go through all these screens. I'm like, where's the cancellation button? It was so grifty. It was so grifty. Okay. That's not just the Hims problem. And then lawmakers introduced the Safe D Act of 2025, a bipartisan bill aimed at restricting the mass compounding of GLP-1 medications. Oh, what percentage of revenue is GLP-1s for Hims? %30 of revenue. In the latest reported quarter, GLP-1 revenues specifically contribute a smaller. Okay, so that's why revenue dropped. Okay, let's see. Adapts to the end of the branded. Okay, so I guess they were benefiting from a shortage, but I guess the shortage is over now. So that's a pretty significant chunk of their revenue. But I mean, I got nothing against this company. I mean, they seem to have some issues with these GLP-1s, and I'm sure that's going to be a very competitive space, but I got nothing bad to say about the company. I mean, the only thing I noticed, revenues growth is solid, but they're spending a lot of money on operating expenses, but they can always cut those later. So, yeah, nothing. I don't see anything crazy yet about this company. They're doing pretty good. They impressed me, okay? Back in the day, they were not that impressive, but they've definitely turned it around. So overall, I'm positive for the company. Are you going to 10X? I have no freaking idea. All right, next, PRME, Prime. Slime. A penny stock. Okay, we got a penny stock here. Oh my God. 693 million market cap on trailing revenue of 6 million with negative net income in the last 12 months of 197 million. No forward PE. Stock has collapsed. A biotech company. Yeah. Honestly, I'm not that familiar with biotechs. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look, hold on. What do they do? The goal of transforming the lives of patients with debilitating diseases through the application of our groundbreaking Prime Edition platform, next generation gene editing that we believe can address the genetic cause of disease and potentially provide patients with long-lasting. I mean, do you think they're about to discover this groundbreaking thing that's going to change the world and their stock's going to go vertical, or do you think they're going to be like acquired or something? We believe that prime editing technology has broad potential. It could theoretically address about 90% of known disease-causing mutations. Wow. They could change the world, bro. Does Prime Medicine have any patents or successful drug trials that were brought to market? As of January 2026, Prime Medicine does not have any drugs that have been brought to market. However, the company has reached a historic milestone with its first successful clinical data for its prime editing technology in humans. Okay. Chronic glomerulitis disease, Wilson's disease, no approved drugs. When are they projecting their first approval, if at all? Where are they at in the process? The company is currently in early clinical trial stages of development, a process that typically takes several more years before a commercial launch. Okay, so it's going to be a while. Are there any direct competitors in this space? Is this an acquisition target? Direct competitors: Beam, Teresa, CRISPR. Yes, Prime Medicine is considered a strong candidate for acquisition by Big Pharma. Okay, I mean, I guess if you bought the stock and then somebody acquired them, okay, maybe you could make money. I mean, but if you look at the core business, I mean, obviously they're just living off cash. Like, they got almost no revenue. Huge loss, just massive losses. In the most recent quarter, they lost $50 million. I mean, obviously the numbers are, let's look at the cash. Okay, they got $213 million of cash and short-term investments. Okay, I guess they just recently raised money. Current liabilities. Okay, they can afford them. They got leases, unearned revenue. Okay. How much are they burning in cash a quarter? So the most recent quarter, they burned $35 million in cash in operations. They burned $41 million in the prior quarter, $48 million in the quarter before that. So, I mean, they definitely got a few years they can keep going, and they can always do another equity raise. But the stock's also pretty low. They're going to have to issue a lot of shares. So unless they figure out this new, hopefully this new, you know what, comes to market soon. But I mean, they got an okay cash cushion. You know, at least another year. At least another year, they'll be fine. They'll be cutting it close after another year. So there's no like imminent risk of bankruptcy unless there's something hidden I can't see. But this is highly speculative. So either their patent goes through at some point in the future and it takes over the world and goes ballistic, or they get acquired, or it fails and it goes bankrupt. That's what you're dealing with here. And then last, we have CCCX. All right, we'll do a quick one on here. CCCX. What is this? What is this? Let me copy this.
Let me ask AI, what is Churchill Capital Corp X?
A special acquisition company is in its final stages of its primary mission. Who are they taking public? They're merging with Inflection, a global leader in neutral atom quantum. Oh, no. Is this a quantum thing? Stop. What does Inflection do? Especially like in neutral atom systems for quantum computing. Unlike many competitors, Inflection generates significant current revenue from commercially deployed quantum sensors. Are they profitable? They're not profitable. Can we see the losses? So they had 29 million in trailing. They actually have revenue. Shocker. The company entered 2026 with approximately 50 million booked in awarded business and has identified a potential customer pipeline exceeding 300 million. Inflection maintains a relatively low cash burn compared to its peers, reporting a trailing 12-month burn of 21 million. Okay. Well, at least it has revenue. I'll give them that. Okay. I'll give them that. So I guess out of all the quantums, I guess this one, at least on the surface, at least isn't massively clownish. But I mean, they're still in the cash burn phase. They're not making money, but at least they have revenue and they have bookings. So, and they just got capitalized, obviously, with the SPAC merger. So, okay. That's interesting. I don't know what's going to happen with that. It's not something I would invest in personally, but interesting recommendations there. Okay. Thank you. Not to change the subject, but are the actors Dylan McDermott and Dermot Mulroney the same person? Who? All right. Let me look these people up before I pull them up on the screen. All right. Hold on a minute. Dylan McDermott. Who is Dylan McDermott? Oh, this dude. Hold on a minute. All right, this is Dylan McDermott. Like, I know actors' faces a lot, but I don't know their names. Okay, so he was in Law and Order. And then who's the other guy? Dermot Mulroney. Who is Dermot Mulroney? Known for his roles. Oh, yeah, it's the same dude, bro. All right, hold on a minute. Is Dermot Mulroney the same person as John Mulaney? If AI says it, it must be true. No, Dermot Mulroney and John Mulaney are two different people. The two men are often confused with each other due to the similarity of their names, a phenomenon also common with Dermot Mulroney and fellow actor Dylan McDermott. Dermot Mulroney is an American actor known for his roles in films such as My Best Friend's Wedding, About Schmidt, and the TV series Friends. Never watched it. No interest. John Mulaney is a stand-up comedian, actor, and writer. All right, let's see if they have it side by side. Oh my God. Wow. I guess they're not the same person. I mean, no. That's proof right there. How could they be standing next to each other if they're the same person? Okay? Obviously, they are not the same person, good sir. Yeah, I guess people confuse them. I just don't know actors' names. I don't care about actors. I don't even watch movies anymore. I'll watch TV shows, but movies suck now. Oh, let's go watch a Marvel movie. I'm going to watch Frogman fight the space aliens and save the world, bro, before he snaps his fingers. That's so lame. It's like, Marvel, seriously? Not a fan. I'm not a fan. All right, I'm done with my Done with my yogurt. That was so yummy. I'm so full now. My tummy's no longer rumbling. So no, they are not the same person, good sir, okay? Not the same person. All right. Yo, any thoughts on ASTS? Also, can we all agree that the movies Night of the Comet and Army of Darkness are some of the greatest cult classic B movies of all time? All right, let's go check out ASTS. That sounds familiar. I've definitely talked about that before. Isn't this like the satellite, like global internet? Hold on a minute. ASTS. Oh, yeah. Oh, this one's popular. Woo! All right. Let's go look at the numbers. Actually, let's ask. What does ASTS do? AI mode, please. I'm wholly dependent on AI. The first and only space-based cellular broadband network designed to connect directly to standard, unmodified smartphones. Yeah, I totally need cellular broadband from space, bro. I need it. I don't have broadband now, bro. I need it from space. I mean, I guess if you live in podunk nowhere. Okay. Its goal is to eliminate connectivity dead zones and provide 4G and 5G internet access globally in partnership with mobile network operators. So how I understand this company works is they're going to sell directly to the MNOs, and then the MNOs are going to offer plans to people in that subscribe to their services, that use them. So they're selling directly to these companies. The biggest risk with this is, what if one of these companies drops them? Okay, they don't have a diverse customer base. I would almost prefer, like, if they were going to do this, at least do like direct to consumer if that was possible. The biggest risk, okay, so they got to get all these satellites into space. That costs money. And they got to, hopefully they don't get destroyed or need maintenance, because you probably got to just send up another one. So that's recurring satellite costs. And then they have a very concentrated customer base. So if Verizon's like, this isn't working, we're paying too much, what are they going to do? They're cooked. Okay. Is the company service being used by people? Ooh. Is in limited testing and transition phase. Okay, so they're just starting off. They're launching their satellites. Obviously, they're still in that process of doing that. How big is their total addressable market? Who would most likely use this service? Oh, it's got a TAM of 1.1 trillion, bro. I don't know if I believe that. All right. Oh, secured part with over 50 MNOs, providing access to a combined pool of nearly 3 billion mobile subscribers. ASTS also targets 3.4 billion people globally who currently lack access to mobile broadband. Oh, yeah. How much are you going to charge somebody living in, I don't know, BF nowhere? Beyond individual users, the company is pursuing the Internet of Things market, projected at least 1.39 trillion. Most likely users, remote travelers, and outdoor enthusiasts. Yeah, I got to take my selfie and upload it when I'm free climbing up a cliff. First responders and government, commercial fleets and logistics, and developing markets like Africa and the Middle East. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to make so much revenue, bro. How concentrated are they with their customers? I mean, do we really know? Because if they're still in limited testing. By securing agreements with AT&T and Verizon, they cover nearly 100% of the premium postpaid mobile market. Outside the U.S., they are concentrated with regional leaders like Rakuten and STC Group, the latter of which provided $175 million prepayment. Okay, I mean, it could work out. It's still early. they're probably concentrated in just a few service providers. I'm sure AT&T, Verizon, and Vodafone probably dominate most of the market. And then it sounds like a pretty capital intensive business, because if their satellites break, how do they fix them? Do they just let them burn in the atmosphere? And then how long do the satellites last? How long do their satellites last? How many do they currently have in orbit? Okay, lifespan of 7 to 10 years. So they're going to have to send them up every 7 to 10 years. Following retirement, the satellites are designed to deorbit and completely burn up in the Earth's atmosphere. There are currently 6 active satellites. They want to launch 4 more by March 2026. Reach a total of... Okay, so they're definitely targeting a lot of growth by the end of 2026. I mean, could this work out? Yes. It could. Okay. We're still in the early phases. Would I put a lot of my portfolio in this? No, I would not. This is not my type of investment. Okay. Moonshot, bro. Do they have any direct competitors? I mean, Starlink is like direct to consumer and probably a lot more expensive. SpaceX is their rival. All right, Starlink's direct-to-cell service. I like that business model better, to be perfectly honest. The primary U.S. partner is T-Mobile. SpaceX aims to launch third-generation satellites. Potential competition with Amazon, Global Star, and Link Global. I mean, we'll see. That's not my type of stock, to be perfectly honest. Actually, every stock is my type of stock. Can we all agree the movie's Night of the Comet and Army of Darkness? Night of the Comet? A 1984 film. Okay. Never heard of this. Science fiction horror film. A comet wipes out most of life on Earth, leaving 2 valley girls fighting against cannibal zombies and a sinister group of scientists. Well, I'm sure that's a high-quality movie. Let's see. Army of Darkness. The Army of Darkness. When Ash Williams is accidentally transported to 1300 AD, he instantly died of dysentery. He must retrieve the Necronomicon and battle an army of the dead in order to return home. God bless you, sir. Anyway, can we get 15 to 19 seconds of karaoke singings? My song request is Girl, You Know It's True by Milli Vanilli. Okay, let me mute my microphone and let me play this song to see if I know it. Hold on a minute. No, I don't think I've heard of this song before. Maybe if I hear the song, I'll hear it. All right, let me mute this. All right, I'm going to attempt to karaoke sing this, okay? Girl, you know it. I'm probably going to get demonetized. All right, lyrics. Hold on a minute. All right, I kind of got a feel for the beat. All right, so, okay, the song starts. So, What are you doing back? Well, I sat back and thought about the things we used to do. It really meant a lot to me. You mean a lot to me. I really mean that much to you? Girl, you know it's true. All right. I don't know the song. I'm going to try it. I'm in love with you, girl. 'Cause you're on my mind. You're the one I think about most every time. And when you pack a smile in everything you do, don't you understand, girl? This love is verdad. To make you all mine is desire. To put it plain and simple, you rule my world. So try to understand. I tried. I don't know this music. Just give me rock songs or something. That song was interesting. I got to be careful with singing because YouTube could like nuke my channel if I sing a freaking song.
Yes, copyright. That's copyright. Oh my god, you can't sing a song.
YouTube. All right, I tried. If you have another song that I might know, let me know. Because I don't know that song. ITDG ETF? Let me look this up. ITDG ETF. Life, is that correct? ITGF ETF. ITDG ETF. All right, let me share my screen. I want to give you my expert analysis of this, okay? They have a life path target retirement ETF. That's interesting. I wasn't aware, or maybe I checked it one time. I wasn't aware they had target retirement ETFs. Normally, a target retirement fund is like a mutual fund. Like I have one in my Vanguard. I have a target retirement 2060 fund. How target retirement funds work is it's a one-stop shop where you invest in it, and then they have a portfolio of stock and bonds usually. And then over time, the stock portion as a percentage of the portfolio goes down. It's like a glide path down. And they have a target to where when you hit retirement, you're at a certain asset allocation. So instead of you worrying about, oh, when do I sell stocks and buy bonds? It kind of keeps you on that track, and it has you on a glide path to where you have more bond exposure as you get older. And you pick the date, like 2025 is basically the date you would retire, basically. Why I chose 2060, I have no idea, but I did. Okay. I didn't know they were ETFs. Usually they're mutual funds. It's probably more tax advantage because, like, my Vanguard mutual fund, they had this huge tax distribution one year, and it absolutely clooped me. It clooped me. They had a huge tax distribution. It was passive income, bro. I got a huge tax bill from it. So it's done pretty well. It's up 21. I bet you it's globally diversified. This is interesting. As long as it's not a clownish, I wouldn't necessarily be against it. All right, so pretty low expense ratio. It's not horrible for a one-stop shop. It's got a diversified portfolio of stock and bond ETFs designed for investors expected to retire or begin withdrawing assets around the year 2055. Low fees, I agree. Professional management. This is brand new. Net assets got a small, it's probably not very liquid. Very low. Look at the volume. 8,000. Daily volume, 7,000. Average 8. So you might be paying some spreads when you buy it or sell it. So pretty low fees. It's got a gold star from Morningstar. Okay, what do we have here? They have the Russell 1000
US
Core MSCI International Developed ETF. Okay, so they got about 54% U.S. stocks, bro. They got 26% international, 11% emerging markets, So roughly the ratio of US is basically globally diversified. Okay. Now I don't know if this expense ratio includes the funds of funds, but you're gonna pay that anyway. Like Vanguard has the same thing. You buy a target retirement fund and then it invests in other funds. So you're probably paying the fees of the funds and also the main fund. That's, I would imagine. Okay. The Russell 2000, that's small caps, or I think that's small caps. Yeah. iShares 10-year bonds, core US REIT ETF. Honestly, this, like, on the surface, this doesn't seem that bad. I mean, are most of these active or passive? I mean, it seems to be globally market cap weighted, roughly. Excuse me. It's got kind of higher expense ratio, like one of the underlying funds. Let's see, iDev. I mean, you're going to pay a little bit of fees, but if you want a one-stop shop, I guess it's not the worst. What's the glide path? Okay, 60% US. Yeah, it looks like it's globally market cap weighted, roughly. They got China, though. Uh-oh. Let's read the literature. They should have like a glide path on here. Because that's also important. If they show it on here. The glide path is like how fast they transition to equity. Right now, it's almost pure stock. Or sorry, how fast they transition to fixed income. Right now, it's like 97, 98% stock, which kind of makes sense because 2055 is a long time from now. So I like the global diversification, pretty low expense ratio, but you're probably paying more hidden fees potentially on the underlying holdings, but it's kind of what you do with target retirement funds. Let's see. Summary prospectus. I'm trying to see what the glide path is. I don't know if they have it on here anywhere. Oh, okay, here it is. So when you hit retirement, you're at 40% equities. I mean, I'm no financial planning expert, but that seems kind of low. So you start at almost 100% equities, and then 30 years out from retirement, it starts to glide down to when you hit retirement, it's at 40% equities, 40% stock. So, yeah, a 40-60 portfolio. I mean, if stocks continue to have the returns they've had historically, this could hurt you. If stocks have like a rough time right around the time you retire, this could benefit you. But to me, that seems kind of low. Like me personally, I'm probably going to have 5 years of treasuries. We'll see when I get older. Probably about 5 years of short-term treasuries, and the rest is going to be in VT. That's kind of my plan. But if you want like an easy glide path where you don't have to think, it doesn't seem that bad. You just have to judge whether you want to end up at 40% bonds and 40% equity, 60% bonds. But this is not the worst target retirement thing I've ever seen. So I don't feel negatively about it. I don't feel negative. All right. Let's beta max. Are we beta maxing right now? I am beta right now. You know why? Because I don't have any cheeks over here. But guess what? I don't need cheeks. You know what I need? I need money. Hold on. I'm texting somebody. All right. Let's beta max. What is beta maxing? I think most people know how to beta max. There's a lot of betas out there. That's why I'm so irresistible to all these women. I'm a Giga Chad, Titano Chad. Betamax, bro. Holy crap, this guy's dropping money. Are you Richie Rich? Are you Big Daddy Moneybags? All right, after this, we'll do some member-only comments. Do you think it's possible that what we call aliens, UFOs, extraterrestrials are not actually from other planets? They are actually demons from another dimension We should not be trying to contact them. Okay, personally, do I believe there's aliens? Yes. Okay. Do I think they found us? Yes, I do. Okay. You can't even fathom how big the universe is. I can't even fathom it. It's just so massive. It's insane. And you're going to tell me the likelihood there's not other intelligent life out there? You're going to tell me that there's no way? That's crazy to me. Okay? Out of all the billions of stars and all the galaxies, and we're in one little galaxy. Listen, how many galaxies are in the world? Or not the world. In the universe. How many galaxies are in the universe? Astronomers estimate there are trillions of galaxies. Trillions of galaxies. Because how does it go? It goes planet, solar system, galaxy, right? And then universe? I think that's correct. I haven't done astronomy in a while. Don't get mad at me. And then they're saying there could be a multiverse. Now, do I think they're interdimensional demons? No, I don't think they're interdimensional demons. I don't believe in like the demons from the Bible or from, any historic religions. I do believe there are demonic people. And I think like the image of a demon is just a manifestation of humans. It's just it's a visual manifestation of evil human beings. I do believe in evil. I think it's real. Do I think UFOs are extra or demons from another dimension? Or it could just be creatures from another dimension. I mean, I guess, how do you define a demon? Just like a creature of pure malice? I mean, I guess. There could be like malicious entities from another dimension. I mean, that's possible. It's possible. But like when I hear about UFOs, do I automatically think, oh, they're interdimensional demons? No, because like they don't give me demonic vibes. You know what I'm saying? The vibes, bro. They're flying around in saucers. They're flashing lights in the sky. They're kidnapping people and giving them probes in their rectums. That kind of stuff. But demons, I don't get a demonic vibe. I just get like, E.T. comes from another planet, sticks a probe up your butt to test you out. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe he sticks something else up there. But no, I don't believe in like demons. They're just a manifestation of vices or evil things that humanity can do. So no, I do not believe that UFOs are demons. But it depends how you define demon. If there's another dimension or a multiverse and freaking entities and aliens can pop in and out whenever they want, and they're malicious and evil and nasty, sure. You call that a demon, I guess. But really just depends how you define the term. All right. Well, thank you. You've been very generous now. You've been a very good man. Okay. All right, somebody wants me to cover the. Let me do some member-only comments, and then we'll cover the ETF. All right. God, so many freaking comments. Let's see. Grats on quit. Yep. Oh, I mean, I'll still be grinding, but it'll be for myself. Like, I'm not retired. Okay. I'm retired from a full-time job, but I am not retired from working. I am not that wealthy, and I have children. Now, when the children are out of the house, yes, I could probably retire. But we're not even close to that. We got a long way to go. Asking the right questions in life is the key to defeating capitalism. We don't need to defeat capitalism. We need to tame capitalism, okay? There are a lot of capitalist psychopaths out there. Now, I'm not against free markets, but some people just take it too far. They're just like, they want money at any cost. They'll do anything to get money. They worship the dollar. They're evil. Okay? Maybe they're from another dimension. Maybe Jeremy's an interdimensional demon. I would not be surprised. Or like one's wearing him as a skin suit. Because that guy's demonic. He's evil. He's just unending greed. All right, last text. Hold on. All right, a couple more comments, and we'll do the last super chat. Drop the whole grains. I mean, I don't eat a lot of grain, but like when I have if I have to eat bread or pasta, it's going to be whole grain. I don't like white bread. I don't know. I don't like it. You're rising above. I have ascended to, I don't even know. What would I call it? Non-grift capitalism. I like the Evil Dead. I don't like those corny freaking movies. Great taste. Hims is coming to Canada. I've heard about the PP pills. I've just never wanted to use them because I don't want to be dependent on them. But then again, you know, if you want to rock somebody's world, I guess you could take it. And as you get older, obviously, like, you're not going to perform as well as you did when you were a young buck. But I have not needed to use them yet. So let's see. Beating inflation one day at a time. How do you become a millionaire? Day trading. You start as a billionaire. That's true. Day trading's for clowns. I'm live from the gym right now. I'm 5'11", 280. You're 280. You're a big boy. And leg press 420. That's pretty good for a warm-up. My size, just did 120-pound leg press reps. I think you're in your 40s, aren't you, or something like that. You need to be careful. Because, like, I used to lift heavy, and I got freaking hurt. Be very careful lifting heavy weight. I've actually dropped my weight. Like, I used to, like, rep 225, but now I think I rep 185. Yeah, I rep 185 because I just don't want to get hurt. So I just do higher reps. What's your 5-year prediction for house hack now that buying house? I don't think that's going to affect Kevin. I really don't. I think Trump just tweeted something stupid. And even if they do go after corporations, I don't think Kevin is going to be targeted. When you look at like large real estate investors, Kevin's kind of a small fry. Okay. I think Kevin's going to be fine, or he'll just pivot to something else. Before I lost a bunch of weight, I was built like a sumo. Now I'm an NFL lineman. By the end of 2026, I'll look like a linebacker, like our God strong man. You can never look like me. You can never look like I am the epitome of masculinity and human perfection. Of course, Strongman has never heard of the Night of the Comet. He's a millennial. Unfortunately, I am a millennial. Very embarrassed. Strongman printing tonight. Yeah, it is a pretty printy night tonight. I'm not going to lie. Bro will be 70, 71 in 2060. I mean, I've been selling it. To use it. That's how I've plussed up my treasuries. I was dipping into the target retirement. I want to get rid of that eventually. It's not very tax efficient. I'd rather just get rid of it. Slowly but surely. Astroglide. Dude, not sure what these clowns are doing over in this leg press. These two guys are alternating sets of 120 still. They're getting yoked, bro. Let's see. All right, here we go. CDE. I already have a suspicion about what this ETF invests in. Let's see if my suspicions prove correct. CDEI. I can't wait to find out what this ETF is. CDEI ETF. Oh my God. I'm already about to vomit. What? Impact shares NAACP minority. I gotta be careful what I say here. Okay. Where's the chart? Okay, here's the chart. It's underperformed the market. Oh, that's because of systemic discrimination. That's why it underperformed the market, bro. That's the only reason. If it wasn't for our evil society, this would have outperformed the market 20x. Okay, where's the details? I guess it tracks this index. Calvert U.S. Large Cap Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Index ETF. I'm shorting this. Gain diversified exposure to the diversity ETF that Calvert believes are successfully managing diversity, equity, and inclusion issues. Calvert, I got some choice words to say about your company. Okay, so it's underperformed the market. It's got it's not a high expense ratio. Let's see the companies. Let's see the diverse companies, bro. Where's it at? Holdings. Oh, guys, diversity, bro. Nvda. Why? Because the CEO, Jensen Huang, he's diverse. Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon. Oh, large cap. It's the same stocks in a regular S&P 500 ETF. Wow, it's so diverse. You know why they put Alphabet on there? Because remember Google had that issue with like somebody would type in, show me American colonists, and then it would have like a black dude. Or what was it? Hold on a minute. Google DEI image generator. Here's a portrait of the founding father of America. They've been hiding the truth. The truth is they were all men of color. A Viking, really? Stop. Can we stop this? If you think this is okay, there's something, you're sick in the head. A Viking, really? Here's an image of the Pope. Oh, yeah, there's a Pope from Sri Lanka, bro. Wow. And you tell me there ain't some funny stuff going on up in the corporations, huh? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a Viking. Sure, bro. This is stupid. JP Morgan, Eli, Visa. These are the same companies. They're the same companies as in a regular S&P 500 ETF. I challenge you, go look at the S&P 500, compare it to this. You're probably going to see a lot of similarities. This is a scam, just like DEI is, okay? What a joke. Look at, look at the managers.
Gordon Witherspoon. I'm so diverse. I buy large cap tech, bro. I'm such a good person. I'm saving the world.
And Jennifer, would you ever want to work with Jennifer Mahara? Look at the managers. Do they look diverse to you? Oh, she's a woman. Oh, she's diverse. Yeah, half the global population is women. Diverse. Yeah, there's a lot of diversity on the management team. Portfolio managers. Oh, okay. And they have a man of non-color, and then they have two, I don't know, Chinese women. I don't think that's the that does no. Okay. Where's the African American? This is not diverse. This is such a scam. Well, look at this. These are the fund managers, the portfolio managers. Ugh. Can you? Ugh. Go to the gym. Diversify your exercise routine. This is a joke. Total freaking joke. Same freaking stocks. It's underperformed the index. Good. It's because of systemic discrimination, bro. Wow, that was funny. What's my take? What do you want my take to? You know what people's takes are? Whatever their political leanings are, okay? Here's my take. The deportations must continue. That's my take. He is a coward. He's a coward. Stop the deportations. It's all a ruse. They were just waiting for an incident so they could attack ICE. Why do they want to attack ICE? Because they want the deportations to stop. Why do they want the deportations to stop? Because they want a massive, unending tidal wave of people flooding into the country. Why do they want that? Well, it depends on who you ask. Large corporations or even smaller businesses that can pay people under the table, cheap labor. Diverse people, they want more of their own kind. Politicians, they want diverse people voting. There's lots of different people that like the illegal immigration, okay? I think they should be punished, especially the businesses that are hiring people and avoiding payroll taxes and avoiding like wage laws. That's what they're doing. They should be punished more than the immigrants. We can't do that. Those are our corporate masters. Gil, it's whatever. Look, whatever you believe, it's informed by your political ideology. At the end of the day, the deportations must continue. They must massively accelerate. I want to win capitalism in my life by achieving financial freedom. Defeating capitalism would just enslave. Yeah, I don't think we should overthrow. I mean, I do believe in like the free exchange of goods and services, but you got to have like a countervailing force, which sadly is the government, to stop these psychopathic hyper-capitalist maniacs, okay? Like, libertarians are clowns, to be perfectly honest. Like, if you think corporations can just act unchecked and just do whatever they want, there's something wrong with you. You have a moral failing. If you really think that a corporation just literally scamming people is okay. But they made money, bro. They made profits. You can make profits and not scam people. I know that's a difficult concept to understand. What? You can do that? Yeah, you can. Gil, we don't know what happened, okay? We don't know. You weren't, like, you never know. Like, you're in these situations, you never know how you're going to react. You don't know. Maybe he was poorly trained. Maybe he actually thought his life was at risk. I don't know. Okay? Why was she there? What was she doing? Was she causing problems? I don't know. Here's the best way to not make that happen to you. Don't antagonize people that are armed, okay? Yeah, you're not saving the world. You're just being a clown. I'm a hero. Yeah. If reincarnations or some other version is real, can we trash religion? If reincarnation is real, can we trash religion? Well, I mean, why would you trash religion if a reincarnation was real? I mean, honestly, I don't... Can you prove reincarnation isn't real? I don't know if you could prove it's not real, but... Because I don't remember anything from 3 and below. I don't have any memories of being like a baby. So maybe I could have had a past life. I don't know. Do I believe it's real? Personally, no, I don't. Okay. But if there is reincarnation, then that kind of implies that we have a soul, right? Because the soul gets re-entered into a new body, which kind of proves that there is a spiritual realm. There's more than the material world. So it would actually kind of prove that religion has some validity, because most religions are based off like a deity, a spiritual being, a force. So I don't think, like, if reincarnation was real, I don't think it would trash religion. It would actually justify religion. It would at least justify that there's some kind of other realm, a spiritual realm, not just the material world. So do I believe in it personally? No, I don't. Can I disprove it? No. It's like any religion. Can you disprove it? I don't think you can. It's impossible. You can't disprove. How are you going to disprove it? You can't. Oh, well, the Big Bang. Who caused the Big Bang? I don't know. And now 2 other people got, oh boy, things are picking up. Hold him liable. Nothing's going to happen. If anything happens, it's going to be after Trump leaves office, but the guy will probably get a pardon in advance. Why would they allow someone like that on? They should be doing mental. Gil, you're buying into the hysteria. Okay, things happen. If you have a bunch of people that are armed deporting people, and you have a bunch of leftist agitators disrupting them and driving around them and doing a bunch of crazy crap, yeah, things are going to happen. Okay, but what's the conclusion? What's your conclusion from all this? Should we abolish ICE? No, we should not. At all. We should give them more money. If we need to train the officers better, train them better. But no, don't go to protests, okay? Be a big boy. The Trump administration is corrupt. Well, I mean, out of all the things, there is corruption in the administration, but I would say ICE is the least of my concerns. It's an actual DEI ETF. That's pretty funny. That was hilarious. Oh, God, I'm getting kind of tired. I'm getting kind of weak, boys. I'm flagging. I got to send tax emails tonight, too. It's not unraveling. Look, we had the whole country burned during the Floyd protests. Okay, there's going to be some drama. And then people are going to forget about it in 2 weeks. People already forgot about Kirk, basically. Just don't go to the protests. Okay? You're not changing anything. You know how you protest in democracy or republic? You vote. The only DEI investing I do is dividend equities investing. Let's see. But I want to stay low-key since that will come with it being a public figure. Oh, come on, Gil. Show your face. Warner Bros. Discovery. I wouldn't know about it, bro. All right, this is my last one. No more super chats. If you do or you Venmo me, I'll do it in the next stream. I'm getting freaking tired. All right, Warner Bros. Discovery.
Warner Bros. Discovery.
What is the recent news about WB stock? Ongoing takeover battle. Its board is rejecting Paramount's higher all cash bid in favor of a lower valued, but seemingly more certain deal with Netflix. Paramount is aggressively pushing its superior $30 per share cash offer. What is Netflix offering? What is Netflix offering? What is Paramount offering? Okay, so Netflix is offering $27.75 and Paramount is offering $30. And then the current stock price is $28.32. So basically it's a gamble. Either you get the downside. Well, okay, there could be three scenarios. Maybe it doesn't happen at all and it collapses, right? Or Netflix actually gets it. It drops to $27.75, so you lose some money. Or potentially Paramount somehow gets ahead and you get $30 per share. So I mean, I guess theoretically you could have some upside. What would be the upside? I mean, this is just like napkin math. 5-6%. I mean, it's just a gamble. You could lose some money. You can make a little bit of money. Is it worth it? I don't think so, personally. So, but obviously it's not. It is pricing in there's some likelihood of the hostile takeover going through, but I mean, it's just a gamble. Like, do you want to do that? That's not my thing. Paramount refuses to back down. Discovery takeover fight against Netflix. So there you go. That's your odds. You might win. You might lose. You might as well go gamble on whatchamacallit. You already missed out on the fun, dude. You missed out. I mean, come on. Look at all these freaking crazy gains. Not even worth it, in my opinion. All right, I'm freaking tired. Thank you all for your generous donations. Thank you, good sir. Thank you for the gifted membership. Thank you for all your super chats. You are a true you're a true Canadian hero. That was an interesting ETF. Beta maxing. Interesting philosophical discussion. This is my favorite ETF. I am selling VT tomorrow and I'm buying CDEI. Is reincarnation real? We'll never know. And Warner Bros. Discovery. Any final member-only comments? I don't watch Echoes. He's a liberal. Good news, ICE Portland. I guess I have to check the news. Yeah, I got to send some, because I had tax consultations before I went live. And I got to send emails. I'm freaking tired. God. Oh, I'm freaking tired. But tomorrow's the last day of work. Okay, then you know what? Train the officers better and stop protesting. That's the moderate solution. Okay. Wage you till 4:30 tomorrow. Last day, rest up. I know. I'm going to be so focused. I'm going to be so focused on my work. 8 hours. Give me the strength. Lord, give me the strength to persevere. And then I get my kids. And then I immediately go do army training all next week. Then I get back. And then I guess I just should do live streams. I'm not going to work on Monday. Now, I will not be doing a market open on the morning of the 19th. I know you're going to be mad, okay? But I do have to sign a very important document that morning, okay? But we will aim for the Daily Clown Report, market close, and the Griff stream on the 19th. That is the goal. However, if I have tax consultations, I will not be doing the Griff stream. Sue me. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for your generous super chats. If I missed a Venmo or I get a last-minute super chat, email me, and I'll cover it in the next video. But I'm freaking tired. All right, have a good night. Cheers.